Hello my friend and welcome to this reading. My name is Oki and today we will have a look at the upcoming months of December. We will find out what the overall energies will be, what kind of opportunities are coming up for you and how this will unfold for you. So there's one more thing I want to mention before we get started, and that is I will be using the Season of the Witch Winter Tarot today, and honestly I'm very much in two hearts about this deck because I absolutely love the illustrations. It's a very beautiful deck. It also has this beautiful shimmering blue edging. I really love that. However, when I was looking through the guidebook, I discovered then that a lot of pages have a reference to bonus content on page 168, and then when you get to that page, you will find out that you can only access that bonus content once you sign up at the website. And I really don't appreciate that because I think I have already purchased this deck, so either give me all the content in the book, but don't make me jump through hoops and give up my personal information to get to that content. Or if it's really just bonus content that I won't need for working with that deck, then don't mention it so often in the guidebook. I found that really upsetting, and my solution to it is that I've put washi tapes over every mention of the bonus content in the book, and I just hope I will be able to use that deck without getting upset each time. And also that's why I wanted to mention it, because I think to be able to use it in good conscience, I have to give you a bit of a disclaimer in case you want to purchase that deck, because I think mining your personal data in that way is really not okay. That's just my personal opinion. If you disagree with it, let me know in the comments by all means. But for me, this was important for me to mention, so thank you. And as you can see, I have shuffled out 3 cards for you to choose from. And we have the Heart, the Dead End, and card number 3, the Castle. So very different cards today. So please choose your cards. You will, as always, find the timestamps in the description box below, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So you chose this beautiful card, the Heart. And right away I am getting from this that the month of December will be a good month for you to connect to your emotions, maybe do some emotional healing, maybe also with the 2 people in the boat here, spend some quality time with your friends or family, or with your lover or spouse. But at the same time, I'm also getting a sense of connecting to yourself, nourishing your own heart, investing time in self-love, and from there then connecting to others. But yeah, let's find out what some of the overall energies of this month will be for you. What are some of the overall energies? The Art of Seduction, very fitting. And Red Garden, also very similar colors in this card, the Red Garden. So yeah, from those 2 cards, this reading seems very straightforward. I'm getting more about spending quality time with others and being centered within yourself, and thereby becoming more attractive to others, and really nourishing your heart, spending time in maybe not literally the garden, but in a place that feels nourishing and inspiring to you, making space for joy and pleasure and sensuality maybe, and also for taking it slow is what I'm hearing, and also seeing with the boat, and also this figure in the garden, taking it slow, taking your time, really enjoying the moment, celebrating the moment. Yeah, very harmonious it feels like. Okay, let's find out what some opportunities might be coming up for you that you don't want to miss. And we have 2 little witches with a broom here, and it says magical space clearing time. What else? What opportunities are coming up for you? Dried flower fairy, sweet memories. So with the sweet memories, I am again, it's funny because it feels like this reading isn't very complex or very nuanced. I mean, there might be more themes coming up, but right now even this card points to what we've already spoken before: spending quality time, making sweet memories, enjoying yourself, enjoying your life, being sensual, tapping into your heart, into your emotions, into your desires, and making more space for those. So this card then is the first card, I think, that brings in a bit of a different energy. And with a magical space clearing time, maybe it is time to really declutter your life, declutter your space, but also maybe declutter your mental space. Also, I'm getting maybe decluttering even your relationships, letting go of relationships or friendships that don't serve you anymore, or finally emotional healing that baggage you might have from past relationships, or those pains you might have from past relationships, because with the 2 little witches that are wearing just one sweater, I love the image, by the way, it feels that there is a connection that you have with someone that needs a bit of clearing up or decluttering or cleansing or healing. And I think this will come about in a way that feels very magical. There will be a magical opportunity to do that. And maybe it's something that you've been trying to do for a bit, that there's a relationship that you know needs a bit of reconciliation or repairing or clearing up. Maybe you're waiting for the right moment to do so. And if that's the case, this card is telling me that the right moment will come for you, and will come about in a very magical way, in a way where it feels very easy, where it feels very guided. And then you will have more space for all of those beautiful things, and for all those pink and red energies of love and passion to come in. Okay, but let's have a look at how this will unfold for you. How will this unfold? The High Priestess. The King of Wands. The 10 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles. It's very interesting that we have 2 Pentacle cards here, because those cards are mainly speaking about emotion and passion. And of course the Pentacle stands for the earth element, and it stands more for grounding and everything material, like your money and even your body and your health. And with this card especially, I am getting the theme of family might be really important in this upcoming months and in this context as well. And there's something about it, even with the 4 of Pentacles, that can speak of a lack of financial stability, or a fear around financial stability. And I'm getting really like a sense of heaviness and pressure. Maybe there's some pressure for you to, I don't know, provide for your family, or maybe appear in a certain way to your family, so you will be respected by your family because you're successful or something like that. Because even this card, even though the Ten of Pentacles can be a very positive card, in this case it sort of feels like an opposing force, a sort of heaviness, restriction even. And I'm hearing for some of you, and this is just an example, but you could feel pressure to step into your parents' footsteps, or take over the family business, or be equally successful as others in your family. And that could be a block to enjoying yourself, or to finding a partner, or to making time for your partner or for your family, or even for yourself. But with the High Priestess, I think you are being called to connect more to your heart and to your intuition, and maybe let go a bit of the things you feel you have to do, or that your mind tells you that you want to do. But in your heart of heart, you know that they are not the most fulfilling things. Maybe they will help you to fulfill other people's expectations, or even your own expectations you have for yourself, but maybe they won't make you happy in the long run. So I think with the space clearing and with the High Priestess, there are some adjustments to be made to your work-life balance, or to what you desire and what you tell yourself you should go after, between your heart and your mind also. And I think there are some outdated thoughts or concepts or convictions that you have to let go of to make more space for those beautiful things to come in. And I know for a lot of people, the holidays can be a very stressful time, and you have to spend time with your family, and there's a lot of expectations. And I don't know about you, but I know from a lot of people that, and even myself, that especially Christmas is the time where like the old family conflicts sort of boil to the surface. And I think this reading is a message to not get so involved in those conflicts, or not to put that pressure on you to present yourself in a certain way to avoid conflicts, maybe even. And rather than that, just follow your own intuition, follow your own path, follow your own passions, have clarity about what you want and what you don't want, and sweep out those all things. Actually, I want to get 2 more tarot cards to find out what could be helpful for you to do, or how this could come about. 6 of Swords. Yes, just detaching from it and really moving on your own journey, following your own path. And the King of Pentacles. Again, I'm getting more about following your own path, building your own life, detaching from maybe your family or unhealthy relationships. You will know what kind of relationships those are that you need to declutter. Maybe there are also work relationships with all of those pentacle cards, could be. And I'm hearing, let your heart be the beacon to draw you forward on your journey. And it might look a bit scary, because I feel that in order to follow that path, you might have to let go of some relationships, or of some, maybe a shared path, and at least for a bit go on that journey by yourself, is what I'm getting. But ultimately that will make more space for you for all of those loving, beautiful, enjoyable energies, those pink and red energies that we talked about before. And it's interesting because we have a boat here and we have a boat also in this card. So yeah, that to me speaks about going on a journey in your inner world, in your emotional world, really discovering your own emotions, discovering what it actually is that you desire or that gives you a sense of aliveness. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, a sense of aliveness, or give you back that sense of aliveness, and also give you a sense of peace is what I'm also hearing. I think that's what you're craving. I think there's some sort of inner conflict going on, or relationship conflict going on, and you're seeking peace, and this month will give you opportunities to clear that up and get to a more peaceful, beautiful place where you can make those new memories, where you can sort of change your course and go more towards what you really want. Okay, and let's have a look at what type of self-care you might benefit from this month. Make a vision board and massage. Yeah, the massage makes total sense. I can feel that heaviness and tension in your body, and that tension that comes from holding back, holding in what you really want to say, what you really want to express. And it's that beautiful pink energy again. And also with the hands and feet, maybe it doesn't have to be like literally massage, but maybe having physical connections, having something like a massage or something that is, involves physical touch or body work, or just in general taking good care of your body and taking care of those tensions that you might be feeling. And of course, if you're not fond of physical touch, it could be just maybe taking a hot bath or stretching a bit, doing some yoga, something where you can release the tension from your body. I think that would be very beneficial for you. And again, this slowing down and focusing on the things you enjoy. And with the vision board, I'm getting, yes, you do need a clear vision of what you want to keep in your life, what you don't want to keep in your life, where you want to go, what your own goals and desires are. And then again, cleaning out the things that you don't want anymore and freeing up some energy and some focus for the things that you actually want to pursue. And it's interesting because on this card there's also yoga and two people hugging, and there's a little heart there. And here it says listen to your art. So not listen to your heart, but listen to your art. Maybe being creative is something for you as well. Anything you enjoy, really, I think that would be a good thing to focus on this month. And taking it a bit more easy is what I'm hearing. Relaxing a bit more. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there are any last messages from your guides. Communication is key, new moon and Gemini. Yeah, I think you have to have some clearing conversations, as I mentioned before, and maybe also finding better ways to communicate with yourself, like listening to your body more, listening to your heart more, listening to your art, as this card mentioned. Yeah, so I think overall this will be a very beautiful month for you, or at least it can be. It can be a month where you will make a lot of sweet memories, beautiful memories with your friends, with your family. But it is also a month, I think, where you have to do some work to make some adjustments and really make space for the things you want by clearing out the things that you don't want anymore. So you can really go into the new year with more confidence and clarity and a stronger sense of direction, a stronger sense of what your true north is, so to speak. All right, that is all for now. I hope you have a wonderful month of December. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and see you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So you chose this card, the Dead End. So I'm guessing you might be feeling at a dead end right now. Or maybe you feel a bit lost or entangled in the darkness. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's just, it sounds very dramatic, and maybe it feels very dramatic to you right now that you feel that you're really stuck. Or there aren't even any words coming to me. Maybe you feel stuck or speechless right now. And if that's the case, I am sure there will be opportunities coming up in December to move away from that stuck situation. But let's have a look at what the overall energies are in December. You have day and night. And you have the morning dew girl. Yeah, very beautiful colors with all those bluish and greenish colors. I'm getting a sense that there's a lot of healing coming for you. And even this morning dew in this card, when I saw those drops, they looked to me like tears. So there might be some emotional processing coming up for you. Maybe you have to grieve something that you either lost or weren't able to achieve. Maybe you have to let go of a plan that didn't work out, or a relationship that didn't work out. And if you have actually lost someone, I'm very sorry for your loss, and I am here to tell you that there's some heart healing coming up for you. And of course, it's never pleasant to grieve something, but that will eventually allow you to move on from it, or to continue with your life in a different way, and to find joy again. I'm getting, she's also looking very serious, I think. And I think once you have lightened your heart and your burden a bit, you will be able to tap into joy again. And it will feel like day and night. I think maybe everything feels a bit dark right now, and like it is, you are in, maybe also in the dark night of your soul, or you feel a bit lost. The new day will come, the new dawn will come, new things will come, and things will look much brighter and lighter very, very soon, is what I'm getting to tell you and reassure you that this is temporary, or as they say in Buddhism, this too shall pass. So you will be able to move through it and move on from it and move on with your life and get into a brighter and lighter period of your life. And it will feel like a brand new morning, like a brand new sunrise. That is the overall energy I'm getting for the month of December. But let's have a look at what opportunities will be coming up for you. And we have mend a broken heart fairy, healing from heartache. Yes, very fitting. That really speaks to what we've already discussed, that your heart will heal. Maybe you have to shed a few tears, or maybe even a lot of tears for some of you, and I'm sorry about it, but you will heal, your heart will heal. Yes, and we have Voodoo in Blue, back off. And maybe you're sometimes feeling like that. Maybe you're feeling that you sometimes have to withdraw, and maybe there's a lot of people around you that want to help you or want to support you or want to cheer you up, and maybe you're not ready for that yet. Maybe you're feeling in pain, maybe you're feeling blue, maybe you are grieving and you're not ready to get cheered up by others yet, or to party or engage in some light-hearted activities yet. Maybe you really have to do this mourning, grieving, heart healing, crying. And if you feel that way, I think it would be really beneficial to you to communicate that, to tell those well-meaning people that you're not ready for that yet, and that you need a time of healing. And if they want to stay for your ugly truth, and if they want to stay for your pain and your tears, maybe then you can let them in. But if they sort of want to gloss over it or tell you just cheer up or something like that, maybe that's not the right thing at this time. And you should be, well, I'm not telling you what you do, but it might be helpful if you're really honest about that, both to yourself and to others. Yeah, again, I'm hearing communicate your needs, because other people might also not know how they can help you, support you, so you might have to tell them. And if solitude is what you crave, then also communicate that, I think. Eventually, I think you will have to let others in, because a lot of healing really can come from relationships and can come from accepting help and engaging with others. But keep it balanced and keep it to a level that you can handle right now. Yeah. So this at the moment looks like quite the dark reading, but also with a message of hope in it, of course. So let's have a look at your tarot cards to see how this might unfold. And we have 8 of Cups, the Winter Fool, Strength, and the 6 of Swords. Yeah, both the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups both speak about moving on, moving forward, moving towards something new and better. And with the 8 of Cups, maybe it is a bit of a journey of soul searching, but eventually it will lead to something new and better. Also with the Fool, something brand new, making space for something brand new, trusting that a path will open up for you. And with the Strength card, as I mentioned many times before, I'm not someone who believes that everything happens for a reason, but I'm still someone who believes that you can make the most of any situation and use it to your benefit. And I think for you, this situation is mainly about building inner strength and maybe also compassion with yourself and maybe also with others. And I think this is also for you an opportunity to become more authentic, is what I'm hearing, with the Voodoo in Blue card and the Fool, to really be yourself and to allow yourself to follow your heart. And maybe you need to go on a bit of a journey to even find out who you are or what you want. Maybe who you are has been overshadowed by whatever this pain is or whatever the thing is that didn't work out. But I think it's an invitation, this reading is an invitation to really to return to yourself is what I'm hearing. And to find strength within yourself is what I'm hearing. To trust yourself, to have hope that better things will come. Yes, very beautiful. So I'm getting a sense that for some of you, it might be difficult to see or believe that the good things are just around the corner because you're still stuck in this dead end. But please trust me. If you can't trust me, trust yourself. If you can't trust yourself, trust me that a path will open up for you. You will be able to move away from that pain and move towards different and better things. And maybe even, I'm trying to find words, but I think maybe this difficult experience, it even unlocked for you to see this whole new possibility that you hadn't seen before, or to experience life on a level that you haven't really seen before. Sort of like a initiation. And oftentimes, I'm sorry to say, but difficult things really can be an initiation into viewing life from a different perspective, a more complex perspective, a more spiritual perspective, maybe even. And often they will allow you to reevaluate your priorities in life and to find the things that really matter to you in your heart of hearts, and to find strength and compassion, as I mentioned before. Okay, let's have a look now at what types of self-care might be beneficial for you right now. And we have read, and we have movement. And with the read, the first thing that came to mind, that maybe if it feels painful and difficult right now, maybe if you have a sense that you need to withdraw, maybe reading or allowing yourself a bit of escapism could be a good thing for you, allowing yourself a bit of distraction from those difficult feelings, because yes, of course, you have to work through them and pay attention to them and offer yourself up some compassion for them. But sometimes doing that all the time can really, really feel like too much, and it can feel very heavy and drag you down, and maybe you need some distraction. And you want to choose what is the right distraction for you, because as I mentioned before, like socializing a lot and going to parties and stuff like that might not be it. Maybe it needs to be more a calm and cozy and staying in bed all day kind of vibe to the distractions that you seek. I don't know, you will know that, and really this is telling me to make time for the things that you enjoy and that feel like soothing and nourishing to you. And also maybe allow yourself to quote unquote not function for a while. Maybe really you have to stay in bed for a bit, or eat junk food, or all those things that you normally wouldn't do because you think they're not very good for you. But that can also sometimes be self-care, to not have the discipline to always, I don't know, exercise and eat healthy and drink enough water and sleep well and do all the things that we are being told are self-care and we are being told are supportive. And yes, they are, of course, in the long run. You have to take good care of your body. But sometimes also, like, not having to have self-discipline can be self-care, and just allowing yourself to give into your emotions, to give into your cravings, things like that. Of course, in a balanced way. But yeah. And with the movement card, I am getting a strong sense of stability, grounding, connecting to your body. I think that could be important for you. Maybe you can get lost in your thoughts or in your feelings. And then maybe it would be beneficial for you to return to your body in whichever way you want to do that. And of course, movement is a very good way to do that, or spending time outside and being exposed to the elements and just enjoying the beauty of nature that sometimes can regulate us. Spending time in nature can regulate our nervous system as well. And slow down, maybe do something really slow and soothing. So maybe if your normal movement is like exercising a lot, then maybe it's time to do a bit of yoga or stretching, or just going on a walk and slowing down the pace and really making space for yourself and your own experiences. Okay, let's see if there are any last messages from your guides. And we have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. And it's interesting with this image here, because again, there's water being poured out. So again, I'm getting a lot of emotional cleansing, healing. And with the love, I think it's talking about self-love, self-acceptance, self-compassion, and choosing who you want to let in, who can support you with their love. And even here the image is quite dark, but there's a light emerging from it. So yeah, I think overall, if you are in a difficult situation right now, or if you've reached a dead end in any sort of way, I think December will be a very good month for you to heal and to gain a new perspective and to do a lot of heart healing. And as I mentioned before, maybe some crying. But I do think it can be a very restful, quiet, peaceful, even beautiful month if you allow yourself to sort of surrender to it and to go with the flow and to relax into it. Or maybe just sit with it if the relaxing and letting go isn't possible yet. And to know and to trust that it will soon open up to something new, and you will have learned a lot from it. Okay, that's all for now. I hope you have a wonderful month of December. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Also, please consider liking and subscribing, and see you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So you chose this beautiful card, the Castle. And with that, I am getting a sense of maybe a self-care retreat, a vacation, maybe getting cozy at home. Like the saying goes, my home is my castle. Maybe you just want to be really cozy and comfortable for the holidays. Yeah, so that are the first things I am getting, but let's have a look at the overall energies of the month of December for you. What are the overall energies? The perfect key and the art of seduction. That's interesting because the first group also got the art of seduction. So apparently this month maybe has a collective theme of connecting with others, connecting with loved ones, finding romance, making more time for romance, things like that. And on the perfect key card also, of course, there's also a heart. So maybe the key to your heart. But I feel for some of you, if you chose this group, this might be more about self-love than it is about romantic love. Taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself, doing things that you like, being comfortable, being cozy, taking a bit of a break. But with the key, I am getting there's also something new coming in, something that will unlock for you now, or maybe some message with the bird with the keys. Maybe someone else is reaching out to you with some information or some new information that you weren't aware of before that could be a key to maybe a problem you're trying to solve, or maybe something you want to achieve and you hadn't quite figured out how to get there yet. Or maybe it is even a key to a new house. Could be for some of you. Or new apartment, a new castle, so to speak. And you're being handed over the key to that. Okay, let's maybe get some more cards to find out more, and let's have a look at what opportunities are coming up for you. And I saw this card. Time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. Interesting. Yeah, more about new things coming in. Things changing somehow. And we have Fairy of the Green World. The natural world needs you. Very interesting, because on one hand we have a card talking about technology and gadgets, and on the other hand we have this Fairy of the Green World talking about the natural world. And I know that's maybe a very concrete example, but maybe something about using technology in a more environmental friendly way, or using technology to somehow support nature or the natural world, or plants or animals or something like that. It's interesting. I think of all of the groups, this one is the one that has the most, I don't want to call it confusing message, but I'm not quite sure about what it is about right now, because there seem to be a lot of different aspects to the energies and opportunities of this month for you. And something is definitely unfolding and changing. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, so let's just get some more cards and maybe it will all become clear. So let's see how those energies and opportunities will unfold for you, and maybe gain some clarity on them. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. The Knight of Cups. The Six of Swords. And all groups today got the Six of Swords. So a lot of shifts and changes are coming. And I'm not really surprised, because of course in December there's also the winter solstice, so the return of the light. So you have to go a bit deeper and darker maybe first, and then things will shift around and the light will return. I think so the Six of Swords is a very fitting message for that, I think. And we also have the Winter Hermit. Yeah, definitely starting a new endeavor with the Page of Pentacles. Or maybe planning to start a new endeavor, and maybe you have been waiting for some sort of information, or you haven't figured out the right technology for your endeavor or the right tools for your endeavor yet, and you are in the process of doing that, so you can get started with planning. And whatever this project is, with the Six of Wands, it's highly likely that it will be very successful, and it will be successful in a very balanced way. I think that's why it's called the perfect key, and why we also get the natural world as a counterpart to the technology world. So it will somehow bring two different things together, I think, and balance them out. And it will create a win-win situation in some kind of way. And maybe you're cooperating with someone on it. Maybe that is, in this case, the seduction is not in a romantic sense, but more in a sense of getting others on board with your ideas, with your projects. Getting people to support you in your projects. But also with the Knight of Cups, something about your heart. We spoke about self-love before. I think maybe you need to learn how to protect your heart with that image here, because of course the cage can not only be a restriction, it could also be some sort of boundary or protection for your heart. Maybe that is something that you have to figure out before you can start with your project. But whatever it is, I think you're already on the right path. You have already taken the first steps. You probably already have a goal where you know where you want to get to. Maybe right now it feels a bit stagnant with the Four of Cups, but there is something coming in. So in a lot of tarot decks with the Four of Cups card, there's one new cup coming in from the clouds. A hand reaching out from the clouds to offer you another cup. So yeah, something is coming in, some sort of message or offering or some sort of support. And that will then allow you to move on. But with the Hermit, I'm also getting not to push it. Maybe you've been trying hard to get on with this project or your journey or whatever it is. But with the Castle and the Hermit, I feel now it is time to take a break, take a pause, rest a little, reconnect with yourself, with your own heart. Maybe go on a vacation even, or settle into your home, make it cozy at home, as we mentioned before. Actually, I think maybe let's read the Poe card. Why not? And here it says, Poe, time to change, to learn something new, use technology and gadgets with wisdom. Poe speaks, tick-tock, tick-tock, times are changing. I know you too will change with the times and yet remain entirely yourself. You will be at once of the ancient past and of the new world that is coming, swift as a train that steamed toward me, making me gasp in wonder. Plan carefully, knowing that when you choose to make use of the new technologies, it will be fearlessly, gracefully, and with integrity. All the changes can be put to wholesome good and sacred use. The destructive capability of industrialization and pollution and mechanisms is one you understand too well. But you also know that some of the changes to choose from can be used for good, not evil. It is time for you to discerningly embrace the technologies that will allow you to realize your dreams. So I think the message is about using technology and gadgets in a responsible and wise way, which could mean maybe you are doing a digital detox right now, or with a Hermit, maybe you are being invited to do a digital detox, or at least make good choices about how you want to use your gadgets in a positive and productive way. Of course, there's nothing wrong with getting inspiration from social media or connecting with others or watching some videos. But also you want to make sure that you don't end up like doom scrolling or window shopping or even spending a lot of money on online shopping, stuff like that. So maybe you have habits around that you want to break. Or, as I mentioned before, maybe you need to learn about some technology to follow your plans, to follow your path, to bring that project to life. And then you will probably have to make some time to study those technologies or gadgets. And even with that, always keep in mind, is it sustainable? Is it environmental friendly? Is it helpful and healing to yourself and others? Or are you using the things in a destructive way? And I find it interesting because we have very strong green energies and also some flowers here in both of those cards. So maybe spending more time in nature or even picking up gardening as a hobby or something like that could be beneficial for you to maybe balance out your lifestyle a bit more, or to connect to yourself more, to slow down and become aware of the beauty of this world and of nature and even of yourself. And I think part of what those opportunities are, or part of what this path is, are still a bit hidden from you, and a key will show up for you. Because right now I can't really get too much clarity on what it is or how you should go about it, or should you make your own decisions, but what would be the best way to go about it. And I think maybe also more than one opportunity will show up, and you will have to choose which one is the best, because this bird, of course, is holding so many different keys, and you have to decide which one is perfect for you, which one is most fitting for you. Which one will you be able to use to create this win-win situation? We spoke about it before. Okay, but let's have a look at what types of self-care might be beneficial for you right now. I saw this card. Connect with the earth. Yeah, again, a lot of green energy, connecting to nature. And I also saw this card, Burning Bowl Ritual, letting go of the old and pleasure. Very nice. Yes, take a bit of a break and get cozy. Make time for things that you enjoy. Maybe spend some quality time with the people you love, whether it's your friends or your family or your lover. But that seems to be, this green color is coming in really strongly, and that seems to be a very big theme for you this month, of connecting more to nature, considering the natural world, and also maybe getting or allowing it to give you a sense of healing, soothing, give you a sense of grounding and comfort. And with the burning bowl ritual, again, I'm getting making good choices about how you want to move forward, and maybe letting go of some, as we spoke before, not helpful habits, or maybe just letting go of old habits and reevaluating them. And maybe that is your key to really have a close look at. And it's interesting because I think at least one of the other groups also got this theme of making decisions about what to keep and what to let go of, and then being able to move towards the new with the Six of Swords also. And maybe also whatever this endeavor is, just enjoy the process. Allow yourself to play with it a little, and don't focus too much on the outcome. Focus on the process maybe more. Let's get one more card to see if your guides have any last messages. The answers you need are coming. Yes, very fitting. That's what we of course talked about before. There will be opportunities coming in. There will be answers coming in, probably through other people. I think that very neatly ties it together. So I think overall for you, the month of December will be a month where you are being asked to slow down and connect more with nature, connect more with yourself. Also make some decisions on how you want to move forward, but also really slow down. Make space for enjoyment, for pleasure, for self-care, for connecting with yourself, and trust that whatever it is you need, whatever answers you are looking for, whatever answers you need, that they are coming in. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful December. That is all for now. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please consider liking and subscribing, and see you next time.